Okay, welcome to my channel. I want, as your brother and your friend, I always want to discuss and want us to look into African, development system, African technology, indigenous technology, our environment, how to utilize our environment to grow within our environment, even borrowing and studying foreign technology. But our environment, studying our environment will help us to know the kind of technology we need to, acknowledge. Yeah, welcome once again into my channel. So today we will be discussing and talking about. Always remember to that this our platform is open discussion and for us to learn knowledge, and I will appreciate if you make your comment and still make your suggestion. But this one, the other one I talk about, if you want to write something on African educational development, you write. So this one is the second segment, African growth system. So I'm giving Africa 50 years from now, if we apply this kind of growth system in 50 years, how Africa will look like. So I still give you another, topic, how I want Africa to, to develop within now 50, 30 to 50 years to come. How do you think African will grow if we apply so development system that you want to write? So write about it. We are, like I said, I will not name the gift, but anybody that is write up or his video go viral and people appreciate that video, we will give him that person a reward. Right? Like if you click my bio on TikTok, on Instagram, or you will see my email, write to my mail and tell us what you think. Okay, I'll be displaying my mail on the comment section here. So tell us what you think African development system, how the step we can take to develop Africa within 30 to 50. So like let me explain my own view on how I want Africa to develop. They say a country like Africa can develop and have rapid growth in 50 years stretch starting from now. So look at my own formula. I said how third world country like Africa can develop and have rapid growth in 50 years stretch starting from now. Africa is a vast continent with a population of over 1.3 billion people. It is home to some of world's poorest countries, but it also has some of the fastest growing economies. In order to achieve rapid growth over the next 50 years, Africa will need to address number of challenges which I'm about to mention. Okay, so your own write up, try to tell us how you think Africa will grow in next 50 years, 30 to 50 years, how the method, the measure you want Africa to follow so that we can introduce it to our system. Remember the last one was educational system, now this African goods, both environment, business, educational wise, just name everything you can name. So like I said, increase in economic productivity. Africa GDP per capita is currently around $1,800 compared to $45,000 in the other Western world like United States. In order to achieve rapid growth, Africa will need to increase its economic productivity by a factor of 25%. This can be done through a number of measures, including increasing investment in infrastructure, education, and technology. Okay, now you tell us how you want infrastructure or any other one so you step it down so that it will be understandable. Reducing poverty. The poverty rate in Africa is currently around 40%. In order to achieve rapid growth, Africa will need to reduce poverty by a factor of 5%. This can be done through a number of measures, including increasing access to education, healthcare, and providing job training programs. Improving governance. Corruption and poor governance are major problems in many African countries. In order to achieve rapid growth, Africa we need to improve its governance by a significant degree. This can be done through a number of measures, including strengthening the rule of law, increasing transparency, and reducing corruption. So, how do you think Africa will produce new leaders that is at least be reduced to 30 to at least 20 to 30% corruption. So addressing climate change. Climate change is a major threat to Africa as it is already experiencing the effect of rising temperature, droughts and floods. In order to achieve rapid growth, Africa will need to adapt to climate change and mitigate it effectively. Now the climate change, I want to talk about this climate change. Climate change is due to the the technology we accept that is not friendly to our ecosystem. Our environment don't need so many technology like the mining technology they use to refine the mineral, all these Dangote, all these refineries. Most of them, Africa don't need such technology. So climate change, this thing they're talking about the world is changing. The world is not changing. The people in the world are the people who just came up to use technology to change the world themselves, and they were clamoring and crying that the world is changing. The world is not changing. The world is the world as we see it, but the use of technology and some harmful chemicals have changed the world. And the climate change, the climate change cannot change without the force. So it is the technology system that we're using. Even Africa have no knowledge about all this technology. So that technology is what make Africa make the climate change. So if you can reduce some kind of technology we consume or we borrow or we accept, then Africa can utilize a technology within their environment and use their indigenous technology to develop Africa with the kind of technology that they can develop that is friendly within African ecosystem. I think that the solution will be okay if Africa can stop using so many technology that is not friendly in our country today. So increase investment in infrastructure. Africa needs to invest heavily in infrastructure in order to improve its economic progress. This include investment in roads, bridges, ports, airports, and telecommunication networks. Invest in education. Africa needs to invest education. I think education should be number one. Africa needs to invest in education to improve its human capital. This include investment in primary, secondary, and tertiary school. And even when I'm talking about education, primary, tertiary, it's not this system of education like the last video I did. I talked about African educational system and how we can use critical thinking, meditation, personal development, and grow our educational system. There's nothing like all these study English, study maths, all these theories that don't have practical values. We should avoid them. You understand? So African educational system, we need to change how we need to apply and employ reasoning and meditation in our educational system so that it will not be when we are improving primary, secondary businesses, how to develop yourself, mental development, character development. Most people who are graduate today, they don't have that character development even to work, even if they have some experience, but that character to be employed is not there. So character development, mental development, brain development, and other system of development within our organization is needed in our culture. So African development, our educational system really need to be enhanced. It's not this kind of educational system we are practicing. So promote economical diversification. Africa needs to diversify its economy in order to reduce its reliance on a few key communities. This include investment in manufacturing services and tourism. So like there are places I visit. I'm in Nigeria, so I always go across Nigeria. Some places you see, some places we need to develop the tourist zones. Many places that we have hills, we have mountains, we have many things that we can develop. But I don't know why we, so much relying Western worlds to come and help us. Well, we have our help. Our heavenly Father or our ancestors have really blessed us in so many ways that we can, you know, use. So strengthen the rule of law. Africa needs to strengthen the rule of law. Rule of law. Like the last election, one of the candidates was talking about the rule of law, the rule of law, the rule of law. So the rule of law is very important. It's not where anybody can come and, no matter how you make your money, no matter how your background is, can come and, start ruling Africa, one country in Africa. No, the rule of law is important. How you grow up is very important. So I think this lies in Africans to talk about, their leadership programs and how to develop their city, because Africa cannot develop infrastructure, education, everything without, you know their leadership. Invest in renewable energy. Africa needs to invest in renewable energy in order to reduce its independence fossil fuels. This include investment in solar, wind, and hydropower. So I don't know why. So sometimes I reason why is African countries, why we don't have light. Do you understand? This power, solar we are talking about. Africa, we have, sunshine, we have lightning. The other person, last video I made, I see somebody who say he will use thunder lightning to trap electricity, to trap, the thunder lightning and use it to generate electricity. He explained so many things. So why not give such people who have such talent or such ideas and know how to improve? So at Africa, with the kind of sunlight we have, we consume Africa solar energy. We should try to develop solar energy systems. I think we have panels, even if it's borrowing or whatever technology we can borrow and understand, use people then that will study in that environment and know how we can grow, our energy system. Renewable energy is now, even for Western world, they don't have much sunlight, but they are investing in renewable energy. So I think Africa should look at that now. Protect forest. Africa needs to protect its forest in order to mitigate the effect of climate change. This includes investment in reforestation and sustainable forest management. I think that forest management is, we need to really, that's why I said our educational system need to change. What about those who are studying forest management? What have they done? What have they come up with? What idea they have they come that they can help to, for African climate change? Like I said, technology is the cause of climate change. Climate don't change. The condition, the world is kind of stagnant. Is people who think that they can do this, they can invent this, they can try to do a lot of things, is what caused the climate change, is what caused the world change. And we are crying today, climate change is the cause. But if and even Africa stand on their own, say accept some kind of technology and don't accept some kind of technology. It's not every technology that you will employ, but Africa, we think we can rely so much in Western world. They will come. If you go to Niger Delta area, those places they are mining crude oil and all that. Go to that place, some water you cannot drink them. So, but I believe there are some technology we can employ that will be friendly in our environment, and we can still mine and produce all these kind of things without affecting so much in our environment. But today we have lost it all. But I think Africa can develop itself if we can find this measure. So for by abiding this challenge, Africa can achieve rapid growth over the next 50 years. So I am analyzing Africa in 50 years. What can Africa do to develop itself in 50 years from now? So if you're seeing this video, that means this video is for you. You are part of this movement. Like my movement is all about African development, mental development, African growth, and how to grow individuals mentally, character wise, so that we can know how to put together. So I'm building a community that that will help us to